Okay. What's going on, people? It's your boy Brandon Brevon, Town host of that show called Sports Plus Life. And you already know what's going down today. Yeah. So turn it off, turn it all the way off. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns. And again, this is that show called Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all the necessary topics in that sports world and in that life world. You feel me? And the sports is getting back on track. The life is, is still there. We still dealing with the old punk ass virus, but we trying. We trying, and hopefully we trying the right way, because Lord knows in these United States of America, no, it's just been, no, it's just been, we've just, no, arrogance, ignorance, privilege. But anyway, I digress. A little early for that. How's everybody during the day? All right, it's finally broken out of that pretty much like 2-week streak of rain, at least I hope so, to some sunny skies. It's 82 degrees here in the Richmond, VA, and I just hope everybody's doing good. Everybody is doing all right. You know, it feels good outside. Today is a good day to go outside and go to the park, shoot some ball, play some ball, safely, I might add. Okay, safely. I guess I don't know if you're going to play any virtual ball or maybe play horse. You know, you could social distance playing horse. But anyway, it is Thursday, August 20th, 2020. I'm ready for it to be over with. Oh, man. But I tell you what, them NBA playoffs is in high gear, and we're going to get into some things today. But, before we get into the sports, we're going to have us a little bit of history right here. So without further ado, let's get to it, bruh.
I accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States of America.
Boy, let me tell you something. Yes. Black sister, qualified sister, accepting the Democratic nomination for Vice President of the United States of these parts of America. Yes, I love it. Kamala HarRis, from Oakland, from Oaktown in the house. Okay, Senator. Okay, California Senator. Black, qualified, and good looking too. Boy, let me tell you something. 55-year-old man, let me tell you something. Look good for your age. You got some of that, okay. You got some of that ooh-wee in you, okay. Got some of that African-American, some of that Asian-American, got some of that woo shit motherfucker goddamn American in you. Go ahead with your bad ass. I see you, future Miss Vice President. Go ahead, she looking good. Trump be on that bullshit, trying to pull that card. Well, is she legally a United States citizen? Yes, she is, motherfucker. But anyway, man, it's a great day though, man. Great day for the culture. Great day for females, not just black females, but a great day for females in this country. When Hillary ran 4 years ago, but hopefully we can have a female vice president. And maybe that'll be the next step, because who knows if Biden wins, and, let's pray that he does. If, Biden and Harris are in the office, and maybe Biden is in there for 8 years, he's a little long in the tooth, but who knows, maybe in 4 years she could be running for president. And like I said, qualified. I'm not of that mindset. Oh, she a black woman. Yeah. No, she just, a black woman can run to be president of anything, but are you qualified? Just like with Barack in 2008, I was not one of those people. Oh, he black. Yeah, I'm going to vote for him. No, are you qualified? And he was qualified. She is qualified. So yes, seems to be another step in the right direction. And she was giving shout outs to, of course, her immigrant parents and the HBCUs. She attended Howard. That's what's up. Now I'm not going to sit here and change the way I feel about politicians in general. I think all politicians to a certain degree are full of shit. That's just me. But do you see the dude we got in the office now? So, bruh. So yeah, come on, future President Biden. Come on, future Madam Vice President Harris. Let's go ahead. Let's get it done. I just wanted to, I wanted to touch on that because that is history, particularly for African Americans in this country and African American women in this country, to have a black lady running for vice president, getting a nomination for vice president of the country. So, definite shout out to her, and hope she go ahead. I hope she does what she needs to do to get Pence the hell up out of there, and of course to get who the hell up out of there. You dig me? All right, so now let's get on to the sports tip. The NBA playoffs have kicked off. I know it's Thursday. Look, I wanted to enjoy every bit of my vacation. I did a podcast last week while I was on vacation, and I wanted to enjoy the rest of my vacation. Thank you very much. Biatch. But anyway, things are interesting. Things are very interesting, and that's what's most interesting about this bubble. Because like I said last time, it is like an NCAA AAU type of setting where, to be honest with you, let's just say we have to continue with this format next year. Teams are going to do just enough to make the 16 playoff spots. Matter of fact, if they do it like this next year, they just need to have seeds 1 through 16. You know what I mean? They don't need to do the whole East, West, and all of that stuff because home court advantage would mean nothing. This is what's so unique about this situation. Home court advantage means absolutely nothing. And there are some places that it is very hard to go and win just because of the effect of the crowd. Just because of the effect of the crowd. Utah, Boston, Milwaukee, Houston. These are places, Oklahoma City. These are all places that are very tough to win in because it's such a hostile environment. The crowd plays such a part. And right now, hey, look, the Bucks lost their first game to the Orlando Magic. They did. The Lakers lost to the red hot Portland Trail Blazers, who I'm actually smelling an upset. I am. Portland plays horrible defense, but what is the Los Angeles Lakers kryptonite? Good guard play. And Damian Lillard is just the best player in the game right now. It is what it is. So the Lakers and Blazers play their game 2s tonight. The Bucks and the Magic, they play game 2 tonight. Houston and Oklahoma City are finishing up now. Oklahoma City had a pretty good lead. Houston has come back. It looks like they're going to take that one and go up 2-0. The Miami Heat have already beaten the Indiana Pacers. That's another thing where home court makes a big difference because the Pacers were able to sneak past the Heat for that 4th spot, but it meant nothing because you knew you were going to play them. It's not like you had the series started in Indiana, which is a very tough place to play at. So Miami, which looks like to be the better team, is showing that they are indeed the better team right now. The Clippers are in a dicey situation because the Dallas Mavericks, they mean business. Luka Doncic is something else, man. He is something else. Everybody talk about Zion Williamson and this, that, and the third. No, Luka. This dude is the truth. Porzingis. There's some championships coming in Dallas in the future. I'm telling you that right now. There is some titles coming in Dallas if these two can stay healthy, because they, alongside with Dame and McCollum, have been the best duo since the restart. Not LeBron and AD, not Kawhi and Paul George, not Russell and Harden. And Russell's a little hurt now. It's been Porzingis and Luka. And I will even up and say Dame and CJ as well. Because what Dame has been doing is just special. And then you saw with CJ, how CJ can close the game out. They have two closers on Portland. And that's something that the Lakers are going to have to deal with. Rondo could very well be suiting up tonight. It was thought that he wouldn't suit up at least till the second round, but the Lakers have to get to the second round first. So they may need him to come back a little early. He's been cleared and everything else. He's been upgraded from out to questionable. So the playoffs are very, very interesting. I don't think that the Bucks will lose to the Orlando Magic in a series. But what you're figuring out with the Milwaukee Bucks is that they don't have a closer. They don't. That's one thing you can say about these teams, about pretty much damn near every team that's in the playoffs. They have a closer. Milwaukee does not. Do you trust Chris Middleton? You put up a wall on Giannis, and he's not a dependable jump shooter. Do you trust Bledsoe? No, and no. So that's really a kryptonite. The team that I think that has looked the best in the bubble, outside of the Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns, who are undefeated, still didn't make the playoffs. But the reigning, defending champion Toronto Raptors, like I've been saying all season long, the Raptors are being overlooked. They're being borderline disrespected because Kawhi left. He went to the Clippers, and it was automatically assumed that the Raptors were not going to be title worthy, when in fact they may be the best coached team and the best team playing right now in the bubble. The Raptors mean business. Now, Brooklyn played them tough yesterday. They made it tough. And kudos to Brooklyn just for showing the type of heart that they've been showing, because half of their team didn't even come. You got Jamal Crawford, and he plays 3 minutes before he pulls a hamstring. Ain't that a bitch? So, but still, Toronto is doing what a champion is supposed to do. Win and get them out the way. That's what they're doing. The Philadelphia-Boston series, that's another series. Philadelphia's done. Hate to say it. At the beginning of the season, I had them coming out the East. Ben Simmons, of course, injured his knee in the bubble. And, Philadelphia should have made different moves last offseason. Just straight up. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have kept Tobias Harris, but you should have found a way to keep Jimmy Butler. You should have. I believe if Jimmy Butler is still on the Philadelphia 76ers, they are the number 1 seed. And you have a closer. Because whether Ben Simmons is on the court or not, the motherfucker still can't shoot and doesn't even really try. And that was the main thing that everybody was saying about him going into last offseason. So that series is over with. To me, I'm looking forward. When it comes to the Eastern Conference, I'm really looking forward now to the second round. Because, like I said, I think the one series that is going to go any type of length, I think the Heat and the Pacers, I think they could potentially go 7. But, hey, if the Heat win the next game, I think that's a wrap. Home court, no home court. But I'm really looking forward now to the second round because Milwaukee ain't losing to Orlando. But I'll be interested to see that Toronto-Boston series, definitely. Because I think Toronto's better than them. And Gordon Hayward is now out for a month. I don't think that hurts them as much as people like to say it does, because all that means more shots for Kemba Walker, more shots for Jaylen Brown. They stepped up last night. So I don't think that Gordon Hayward loss will affect them really at all, to tell you the truth. I really don't. So I'm looking forward to them versus the Raptors. Given the fact that the Bucks just lack so much at a closer, and Miami is always feisty, and I think that they'll beat the Pacers. If you had to ask me 2 weeks ago, do you think Miami could beat the Bucks? I would say no. But today I'd say, yeah, I think they can. I'm not going to say I think they will, but I think that they can. Big difference in that. Now, as far as the West, nothing is decided in the West. It wouldn't surprise me if you saw 4 first-round series go 7 games. I know Houston is up 2-0 on Oklahoma City now, but Utah and Denver, they're tied. The Lakers are down 1-0. The Clippers and Mavericks, they're tied. So I would not be surprised to see all 4 series in the West go 7 games. And I would not be surprised to see an upset or 2. You know what would be crazy? All season long, we've talked about all we want to see in basketball is the Lakers versus the Clippers for the Western Conference Finals. What if both teams lose in the first round? I swear, the NBA would be happy and sad at the same time because of the drama and the attention that it would bring. But when it's conference finals time and finals time, you ain't got what you've been looking for since last year. This is all you've been looking for since Kawhi Leonard signed his name on the dotted line with Paul George for the Clippers. All we've talked about is Lakers, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers. What if the Western Conference Finals is fucking Dallas versus Portland? For me, honestly. What if that's the Western Conference Finals? You know, what if? Or what if it's Denver versus Portland? Or Denver versus Utah? You know what I mean? No, wait, they're playing each other now. I mean, what if it's you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. Or what if it's Denver versus Houston? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know, who knows? But still a lot more basketball to be played. I love the fact that they're playing every other day like it should be, like it was when I was growing up, instead of 2 and 3 days in between games. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. To me, that's always been ridiculous. They're playing basketball, not football. So, regardless. So, man, oh man, what to get into next? Oh yeah, of course. Did y'all see that bullshit with the cop and the Golden State game and Masai Ujiri? Do you guys remember last year, right after the Raptors won the title in Golden State, there was an altercation between the Raptors general manager Masai Ujiri and a security officer from the Golden State Warriors. And the security officer, cop, whatever he is, the law enforcement official, actually filed a lawsuit against Masai Ujiri, saying that, you know, he pushed him and assaulted him and all of this other stuff. And the video came out, and it was clearly the other way around. My man's was just trying to get on the court, showed his pass, and the cop just pushed him twice. I'm like, and then what makes it even worse is you lied about it. You put in your report that you were pushed first, you were assaulted first, and video don't lie. Reason why I'm saying this is I don't trust these bitch-ass cops. Most of them. Let me correct myself. Most of them. Because you don't know what's being put in a police report. You know, one of the greatest things that has happened, particularly to black people, even though it unfortunately hasn't stopped any awful events from happening, but camera phones. So the world can see it. That way it can't be our word against theirs, and we never get the benefit of the doubt because we black. You know, the camera phone and, you know, all of this stuff that's being seen. I mean, 2020 has truly been the year of clear vision. And I saw the cop, fat bastard. I hope Masai Ujiri countersues all of the chub off of his fat ass.
Oh, your fat ass don't come on my house no more.
I mean, that's disgusting.
What's wrong with y'all?
It's disgusting.
You niggas are crazy.
In the world of college football, the Big Ten reiterated their stance, saying that they are not going to review whether they will change their mind of having football this fall. They're not going to do it despite all of the cries and pleads and protests and Justin Fields, hashtag we want to play, and all of this other stuff. Bruh, I'm telling you, my issue is, for one, the ACC and the SEC, they're going to go forward and they're going to play. My issue is, again, the reason why I don't have a problem with NFL players playing during this pandemic is because they're professionals. They get paid. People are asking these college students to play sports at a health risk for free. And the players are totally missing the boat on that. Hashtag I want to play. Man, look, if you want to play, you need to get compensated. You're taking a risk for the money. And these college programs need to stop bullshitting and valuing a dollar over these kids' lives and well-being first and foremost. It's really crazy. The NFL, you got grown-ass men who've had the option. These college programs, these quote-unquote institutes of higher learning, need to stop valuing money over the well-being of these kids. I'm straight up. And then say, well, you shouldn't be able to transfer it. Man, look, unless you paying these kids, there don't need to be no goddamn college football. Unless you paying these kids. I mean, come on, when are some of these student athletes going to wake up and see how much they have been PIMP'd? For real. They need to look up and recognize they are at a point right now where they could legitimately demand to be paid, and they would not be wrong for doing it. They wouldn't be wrong for doing it anyway. They make these institutions and the NCAA billions for nothing to do a book report. Fuck out of here. So Big Ten says no. Pac-12, no. And I actually agree with them. Like I said, NFL, you're talking about grown-ass men that's getting paid, that have the choice. Even if they chose not to play, unless you're a new rookie, you probably, unless, if you're good with your money, you should be good regardless. You should be good regardless. So, in the world of boxing, the legends of yesteryear continue to come out of the woodworks and say, I'm not done yet. 47-year-old Oscar De La Hoya has announced yesterday that he is ending his retirement, not to do an exhibition fight like Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, but to continue his professional career, meaning he's coming out of retirement for real. He's coming out to fight. He's coming out to fight world-class fighters who are about 20 to 25 years younger than him. Excellent. God bless him. I'm so serious with that. Because while people are going to be sitting here saying, and you're 47 years old and blah, 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 and you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, just like they are, everybody's so concerned about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. I've said this before. This is what they do. They're athletes as well. They're competitors as well. This is what they do. This is what made them relevant to us. I understand Oscar De La Hoya is 47 years old and hasn't fought in almost 12 years. It'll probably be 12 years before he gets in the ring again. I understand that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are both in their 50s, but this is what they do. This is what makes them happy. If they're physically able to pass all of the demands, what the hell is the problem? Shut up. Let these people live their life. Let them be happy. Even if being happy is getting punched in the face, they have the right to do that because it is what made us love them. So De La Hoya is talking about coming. He said he's coming back for real. The last time he fought was in 2008, and he was utterly annihilated and destroyed and humiliated by Manny Pacquiao. It was a welterweight fight. Pacquiao was coming up in weight. De La Hoya was coming down. De La Hoya at 35 years old just looked listless and lifeless. And Manny Pacquiao, who was in his prime at that time, absolutely took it to him. That was the last time we saw Oscar in the ring. I don't think he will be coming back as a welterweight. I don't see that at all. I can see De La Hoya coming back at 154 or possibly 160. And in the current landscape of those divisions, I mean, I'm not going to sit here. I will not sit here and say, hey, De La Hoya is going to come back in his late 40s and he's going to rule the division of boxing. He's going to rule 154 or he's going to rule 160. I'd be a damn fool to say that. I mean, I'm not naive or stupid. I mean, this is, he's not George Foreman. But if you look at the landscape at the 154 and 160 division, I mean, you put it, first of all, what he would be a fool to do is to be out of the ring for 12 years and get in the ring with so much as a top 15 fighter. If you're De La Hoya and his handlers, what you want to do is you want to have him fight a couple of tomato cans, and then a couple of tomato cans, his name will always carry weight no matter what division that you're choosing to go to. So if you have him fight a couple of easy ones, get back on track, trying to get, kind of get a rhythm, and then maybe possibly try to have him fight a top 15 or top 10 opponent. And then, whatever happens will happen. But would I put it out of the realm of possibility of him getting a notable fight against a notable opponent? Sure, if he wins a couple of fights, sure. I mean, because he's Oscar freaking De La Hoya. Now, to me, what I would want to see, just for kick's sake, I would like to see him fight Mayweather again. I would like to see him fight Mayweather again because Mayweather hasn't been in the ring for real, since he fought Conor McGregor. And their first fight back in 2007 was a good fight. Was a very good fight. Or I'd like to see De La Hoya. Of course, I know this is not going to happen. I'd like to see him fight Canelo just because he signed the Golden Boy. And if Oscar De La Hoya wanted a 9-figure Floyd Mayweather-like payday, he would ask his young fighter, come on, man, just fight me. Kick my ass if you want to. Just fight me. For real. Just fight me. So that's what I would do. But other than that, I would have De La Hoya fighting, strictly tomato cans. I wouldn't have him in the ring with nobody for real. Not at least for his first 2, maybe 3 fights. He's 47 years old. He's not getting no younger. Reflexes ain't getting no better. He says his jab is faster than ever. Okay, fine. That's the simplest punch and box in the throw is a jab. I'm not going to poo-poo on it because he's had an effective jab. But what I would do, I would fight some couple of journeyman fighters, couple of fighters that you would never heard of. Let them have their moment in the sun just because they're fighting De La Hoya, just so he can get back in the winning ways, just in case he's actually serious of trying to fight a top 10 fighter. I mean, maybe Bernard Hopkins will be giving him some tips. You never know. But me personally, I think it's kind of cool that these fighters from yesteryear that I grew up watching are coming out of the woodworks and saying, hey, we're still alive. We're in good shape. We feel good about ourselves. We may be up there in age to what you guys view as up there in age, but do you think we should stop doing what we're doing just because people think we've had a few too many birthdays? They do not. And I salute them. I commend them for that. So keep doing what y'all doing, because once again, like I said, this is what they do. Larry Holmes, to me, a top 5 heavyweight champion of all time, fought his last fight of his career when he was 53 years old. Bernard Hopkins, all-time great, fought his last fight when he was 51 years old. George Foreman fought all the way up until he was about 48 years old. George Foreman never actually lost the heavyweight championship in the ring. It was stripped. They took his title from him. He never lost that title in the ring. Roberto Duran fought till he was in his late 40s. Roy Jones Jr. had his last fight. The last time he fought was he was 49. I mean, so these fighters, there was a senior division, heavyweight division in boxing where fighters would fight in their 50s. So you can't sit here and tell a man or a woman, if that's what their profession, if that's what they choose to do, that they shouldn't do it. You'll see Floyd in the ring again. You will. don't get it twisted. You'll see him in the ring again. He'll get the itch. No question about it. He'll get the itch to fight. And when he does, depending on who the opponent is, we'll pay attention. We'll watch. You know, maybe if it's not $100, but we'll watch. So, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, with that being said, my friends, where the buzzer, where the buzzer, where the buzzer. Also, quick news briefing. Dez Bryant did try out today for the Baltimore Ravens, but did not get a deal. That's what sources are saying. No deal for Dez Bryant. Maybe it'll come down the line. I don't know. But hopefully Dez will get an opportunity somewhere, just not in Dallas. You know, matter of fact, I'm not even trying to be funny. Dallas don't even want you no more, bro. They don't. But hopefully you'll land on your feet somewhere. He hasn't played since 2017. That's hard to believe. But anyway, let me get to a life topic right now. Trey Songs, Cuzzo, what's going on? You know, we've been hearing some things, and there have been a few sexual misconduct or sexual allegations. You know, sexual misconduct allegations against you. And, you know, I don't know, because I'm in no position to sit there and cast guilt or, you know, say, hey, he did it. He's a bad person, blah, 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 especially fam, you know, especially somebody from the VA. I'm not going to do that. But I don't like what I'm hearing. You know, I don't like what I'm hearing. Now, Selena Powell did an interview, and she was talking about Trey Songs, and her friend Eliza said that Trey Songs pissed on her, like he did the straight up R. Kelly on her, and you know, and that he like wouldn't let her leave the hotel, that he took her phone and keys and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, you know. Now, but see, now the thing about that is, like I said, I'm not gonna go off and believe what any old body is gonna say, especially Selena Powell, because we already know that she be capping, that she be lying. I mean, you're talking about the same person that lied and said she was pregnant by Offset, you know, right when he was married, but when, you know, while he's been married to Cardi B. So, and then came out and admitted that she lied. So, you know, her words are tainted. But I'm gonna tell you somebody else who we've never associated with as far as being a liar, and that's Keke Palmer. And Keke Palmer has come out and said that, you know, Trey Songs was, you know, using sexual intimidation towards her, and that she actually had to hide in a closet, you know, to get away from him and his friends. So, you know, and like I said, this is just, you know, what I'm hearing. I'm not going to sit here and say that I believe anything, but I'm not going to sit here and say that any of this stuff is true. But what is true, Trey, is that you need to stop finding yourself in these positions where people are saying your name out of their mouth in such a negative fashion. That is true. What's true is that your name has been linked with a lot of sexual misconduct allegations recently. That's not cool, you know, and I would like to believe that none of it is true. None of it. But stop putting yourself in that position. I mean, quarantine, nigga. You know, for real. Like, we have look, they are out here to get us, bro. You know that. They're out here to get us. You know, and don't give them any fuel to a fire to let them think that we can get got. Nah, man. Better than that. You're better than that. So, I mean, Trey has been defending himself. He put out a couple of tweets, said, "You'll choose to believe what you want. I've been focusing my energy and time on good things, and I know the devil wants my soul more now than ever. I'm going to keep my head high and push forward. If you're holding me down in these moments, I appreciate that." My man, like I said, don't find yourself in the midst of the bullshit, my dude. Please, you know, just stay at home, bro. Like your song, Back Home. Stay at home, bro. Do you need to come to Petersburg and sit the hell down? For real. I'm dead ass serious. But anyway, man, I just wanted to hit that life topic up, man. It's your boy Brevon, your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. This has been another episode of Sports Plus Life. If you have not yet hit that subscription button, hit that button and holla at your boy. Become a part of the Sports Plus Life family, you dig? You know what I'm saying? I will get at y'all later. I'm out this bitch. Peace.